we are ready to get started with our mat-based weights class today. So go ahead and get a little space on your mat. Make sure your weights are handy. And we're going to get started with our warm-up. Sitting nice and tall, reaching up through the crown of your head. Start with just gently tapping your hands side to side. Now, if you're joining us on YouTube, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. Ring the little bell so you get notified anytime we have a new video up. Maybe drop a comment that tells us what you'd like to see in an exercise class. Beautiful. If everything's feeling good and loose, check in with your back, make sure everything's good first, but then maybe bring those elbows up and swing a little side to side. Maybe go a little faster. Turn a little further. Beautiful. One more to each side. And then moving into your side bends. Reaching nice and far. Bringing a little space between your ribs into your side body. Again, just checking in, making sure before we get started picking up things today and putting them back down that we're in good shape. 2 more to each side. And then bringing those feet in, start windshield wiper in the knees. Starting fairly gentle, just bringing a little motion in through the hips. And then again, if everything's feeling good, bring those feet a little further apart, turn a little further. Maybe even add a little roll over onto your hip. Really opening everything up. Beautiful. One more on each side. And then coming back into the middle, just bop those knees up and down. And then kind of waggle the feet, the hands, loosening up all the small joints, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Beautiful. All right, now that we are all loosened up, we're gonna start in a nice upright position here in our staff pose. We're only gonna need one weight for this one. We're gonna combine 2 of my favorite exercises, a wood chop and a halo. So we're gonna start down by our hip, come all the way up around our head to the other hip, and then go the other way. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Up and around the head, and then turning to the other side. We're gonna get all our upper body done in our first 2 exercises here. So they're gonna be 2 really awesome exercises. Try to keep that weight in close to your head as you're going around, down behind your neck. There you go. Really working your shoulders, your obliques, your triceps, your biceps, even a little bit into your neck, your traps. Just hitting everything. Almost done. And time. All right, set that down for a second. Work through those shoulders for just a moment. And then up next, you're gonna take that same weight or a different weight, you decide. You're gonna hold it out and you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4 bus drivers and then curl it in. We're gonna keep doing that for 1 minute. Here we go. And then just a curl. So bus drivers, like you're steering the wheel of a big bus, 4 of those, and then bring it in for the curl and then right back out. Beautiful. Halfway done. Those bus drivers are tough, but they're great for sculpting the muscles along the outside of the shoulder. Working on those smaller muscles that help with rotation and also make your shoulders look really nice. Almost there, 5 seconds to go. And time. Whew, all right. Thank goodness we're done with our arms. Go ahead from here, set the weight to the side, and you're gonna lean back on your elbows. And we're gonna focus on keeping our core nice and steady and solid. And we're just sliding our heels in and out, but drawing from our lower belly. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. You're drawing in, contracting from your lower belly. Now, if you can do it without dragging your mat all over the place or giving yourself a rug burn on your heel, press your heel into the floor so you have a little bit of resistance with that slide. Over halfway there. Keeping your chest nice and open. Really focusing on drawing your belly button in and down. And time. Beautiful. All right, from here, we're gonna go over onto one side. You're gonna grab a weight or not, up to you. We're gonna do a clamshell. So if you wanna add the weight, you can add it anywhere between your knee and your hip, but don't put it directly on a joint. And just hold it steady with one hand. And you're just raising that knee up and down slowly. Here we go. Beautiful. Halfway done. Now, to control how difficult this exercise is, how challenging it is for your muscles, you can add the weight lower down towards your knee or higher up towards your hip. So the lower towards your knee you put it, the more impact it's going to have, the heavier it's going to feel. Five more seconds. Time. Beautiful. All right. Switching sides. One minute on the clock. Here we go. You got it. Looking good. Nice and steady, lowering the knee at the same speed you lift it. Making the muscles do the work. Make sure you're breathing. Nice and steady. They don't have to be super deep breaths, but you got to make sure you're getting good breath in because everything's easier when you're breathing. And time. All right, from here, we're gonna finish off setting those weights to the side again. Coming down flat on our back. Legs are gonna go up, and you're gonna hold that core nice and steady. One leg goes out to the side, and then the other. 1 minute. Here we go. Working through the inside and the outside of the thigh. and through the core, keeping everything nice and strong. Beautiful. If you have a bend in your knee, no worries, so do I. You are still getting plenty of work, I promise. Over halfway there. And you can put your hands wherever you'd like, out to the side, on your belly, behind your head, whatever works for you. Almost there. Time. All right. Go ahead and stretch out nice and big. Take a deep breath in. Oh, let everything out. And then go grab some water, because that is the end of your first set. We still have 2 sets to go. All right, bringing it back in. First up, we have the halo with the wood chop. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Starting from the hip, up and around the head, and down to the opposite hip. Looking good. Now, if this one feels easy and you have a heavier weight, go ahead and grab it. Maybe challenge yourself just a little. You can always switch anytime you want. Just because you start with a weight doesn't mean you need to finish with that same weight. "15 seconds to go. And time. Beautiful. All right. Bus drivers with the curl. So grab the weight that's right for you for this exercise. Roll through those shoulders just for a moment. And then here we go. Nice. Keep breathing. Nice and steady. You got it. And if you get a little off on your count, you do a few too many or a few too few bus drivers, don't worry about it. All movement is good movement as long as it doesn't hurt. So just keep moving. Almost there. 5 seconds to go. And time. Nice. All right. From here, moving into those heel slides. So coming down onto your elbows, drawing in that core. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Pressing into the heel, getting that resistance. And then drawing in, pulling from your belly button to pull the feet back. Halfway done. Almost there. Time. All right, from here, moving into our clamshells. Grab the weight if that's helpful for you. And then getting in position. 1 minute. Here we go. Perfect. Add to the work a little by not setting your top knee all the way down, bringing it just to where it hovers above your other knee, and then go straight back up without that little rest. Beautiful. And then, of course, to reduce the workload a little bit, if you're like, whew, this is getting really hard, set that knee all the way down and take that little rest. 5 seconds to go. Time. All right, flipping over. Getting set up for the other side. And here we go. Nice. Still drawing the belly button back towards the spine, keeping everything firmed up through your lower body, through your core. Halfway done on this side. Almost there. Might be starting to feel it in your hip. That's okay. That just means you're doing the work. Time. All right. Last up, we're going flat on our back, legs up in the air. And then to one side and then the other. Here we go. Beautiful. Now, if you don't need your hands to help stabilize you and you want to add a little extra work, you can hold them up. You can even grab a weight and hold it above you to add that little extra upper body element. Halfway there. Keeping that core pulled in tight. Feeling it through the hips and the thighs and the belly. Maybe through the chest if you're holding that weight up above you. And time. Beautiful. Stretch everything out nice and long. And then go grab some water. That is the second set done. We still have one last set to do. All right, bringing it in for the halo with the wood chop. One minute on the clock. Here we go. Trying to bring the weight around you, keeping your upper body nice and steady. So if you're using a weight that's heavy enough that your upper body's all like side to side, so really you're moving around the weight instead of the weight moving around you, that might be a little too heavy for this exercise right now. But if you're able to hold nice and steady and still, but still feel a little challenged, you're probably at just the right weight for this exercise. Still breathing. Time. Beautiful. All right, moving into that shoulder exercise, bus drivers with the curl. Here we go. Nice, you guys look amazing. Halfway there already. Still sitting up nice and tall here. Reaching up through the crown of your head. Maybe grow just a little bit taller. Almost there. 5 more seconds. You can do it. Time. Nice job. All right. From here, going down onto your elbows for those heel slides. 1 minute. Here we go. Pushing down, feeling that resistance. And then drawing from your belly to pull back. Working on those deep core muscles. Helping to firm those up. They're very important for healthy aging, keeping our pelvic floor strong, minimizing some of those issues that start to develop as you get a little older. You guys know what I'm talking about. 10 seconds to go. Time. All right, from here, going down onto your side for your clamshells. Here we go. Perfect. Slow and steady. Making the muscles do the work. Don't let gravity drop your knee down. Perfect. Halfway there. Still breathing. Almost done. Time. Perfect. All right. Roll over to the other side. And here we go on this leg. You got it. "15 seconds to go." Time. Perfect. All right, set that weight to the side. Come down on your back for one last time. Legs up the wall, and here we go. Maybe adding that extra element of holding the weight up above you. Beautiful. Halfway there, you got this. You can do it. 10 seconds to go. And time. Set everything to the side. Stretch out just a little bit and then grab some water. All we have left now is our final stretch. All right, bringing it back in. Sitting up nice and tall, legs stretched out in front of you. Take a deep breath, arms up overhead. And reaching forward towards your toes. Hang out here for just a moment. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, let everything soften. One more inhale. Exhale, let everything soften down just a little bit more. Let everything drift and melt down into the floor. And then come all the way up. Bring one arm up and over, stretching towards the side. Maybe even drop that elbow to the floor and lean all the way over. Depends on what's comfortable for you. You want to feel a nice big stretch through your side body. One more moment here. And then coming all the way up and over to the other side. Stretching out, reaching towards the opposite wall. Maybe looking up towards the ceiling, opening your chest a little. And then coming all the way up. And then from here, bringing your feet apart, reaching out towards one foot, stretching nice and long first, and then take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, let everything soften. Let the hands come down next to your calf, next to your knee. Let your back and your neck soften. Let everything sink down towards that leg, just as far as it wants to go. One more big breath here. Let it all out and soften just a little more. And then as you inhale, come up. And then go to the other side. Reaching out nice and long towards that foot first. And then with a nice big inhale, let everything soften. Bring your hands down alongside your legs. Let your head and your neck relax down. Let your back soften just a little more, your shoulders. Let your foot and the inside of that thigh soften. One more big breath in. Let everything out. And then slide all the way up. One more. Reaching forward. Nice and long, reaching out in front of you. And then let your hands come down towards the floor. Stretching out as long as you can. Then take that big breath in. And let everything soften. Let your hands relax and slide in. Let your elbows droop down towards the floor. Your head and your neck and your back. Your feet, your legs. Every part of you softens and melts, relaxing into the floor. One more deep breath. Letting it all out nice and loud. And then slide in and up. And you are done. Thank you so much for coming out to play today.